about Chinese etiquette. First, we'll look at the origin of the word etiquette. It was derived from a French word which meant a tag or a label. According to Collins English Dictionary, etiquette is a code of behavior that delineates expectations for contemporary conventional norms within a society, social class, or group. From the definition, we can draw a conclusion here. Etiquette, that meant some kind of norms people should behave. Okay, the English word etiquette can be translated into two Chinese characters, 礼仪. First, let's look at the Chinese character 礼. The right part indicated two J's were put on a container. The left part indicated it was some kind of ceremony. And next, the Chinese character 仪 is also some kind of worshipping ceremony. According to the first Chinese dictionary 说文解字, which was compiled by Xu Sheng, the two Chinese characters, which meant some kind of certain norms people should behave when they worship heaven or worship the nature. So first, we'll talk about greeting gestures. In ancient China, people used different gestures of hands and body movements for different kinds of conditions. And first, we'll look at one body movement, which was called standard yi. It was performed between the host and the guests. One thing we should like to mention, that is, if you are a girl, you should put the right hand above the left hand. So if you are a boy, you should put the left hand above the right hand. And next, your body should be bended 90 degrees. Okay, another kind of yi was called ordinary yi. It was performed between friends. No matter you are a man or a woman, you should put your left hand above your right hand. And the body was bended to 45 degrees, like this one. Okay, next we'll look at the second kind of body movement, which was called salute. First, let's look at the first kind of salute, which was called 顿手, the Chinese character 顿, which meant lasting for a short time. The second word, 手, which meant head. It was performed by ordinary people to officials to show respect. The second kind was called 旗手, and the first word 旗 that meant postponing. It was performed by officials to show respect to the emperor. It was the highest right during ancient China. And next, we'll look at some kind of special salute. It was called fist and palm salute. It was performed between peers during wedding ceremony and special festival and so on. And one thing we'd like to mention, just like yi, for men, they should put left hand on top. For women, they should put right hand on top. Okay, next we'll look at hold fist salute. Okay, this kind of salute was a little bit complex. First, you should put your right hand into a fist, and then you should put your left hand to hold the right fist, and your left thumb was close to the index finger, just like this. Okay, so hold fist salute was often widely performed among the Kung Fu masters and the students. So we often see this kind of salute in Kung Fu movies or action movies. Next, we'll look at shake hands. And there are some points we should pay attention to. First, we should put forward the right hand when a female meets a male. That is, the female put your hands first. And when seniors meet young people, that is the seniors put their hands first, or superiors. So, for example, a boss meets an employee. It is the boss put your hands first. And if a gentleman meets a lady, he can only hold the women's fingers. Okay, so gift giving is also very important in Chinese culture. And Chinese people pay attention to reciprocity. So the word reciprocity, that means if you receive a gift from others, you should give others gifts in return. And so we should give gifts when we visit others, during holidays, or some major life events, such as wedding ceremony, to develop relationship, form friendship, or to show love. For different people, we can give them different kinds of gifts. For example, for newborn baby, we can give them paper diaper, gold or silver bracelet or necklace, or child card. For children, we can prepare books, toys, or stationery. For seniors, we can prepare something practical, such as gloves, hat, food basin, or health products, such as ginger. For our friends, we can give them flowers, wine, sports shoes, or something they like. And there are some tips for receiving a gift. First of all, the recipient should receive the gift with both hands. And the second one, Chinese recipients usually won't open gifts in front of the giver. The reason is that people will think that you pay more attention to the gifts rather than the people who sent you the gifts. Next, we'll look at some taboos. The word taboo, that means something you cannot do. First, do not use red ink to write a card, which means dividation. The word dividation, that means you don't want to maintain the relationship with others. Second, do not give an umbrella to your boyfriend or girlfriend, which means breaking up. And the third one, do not give others 4 presents, because the number 4 means death in Chinese. And number 6 or 8 are lucky numbers. Okay, next we'll look at table manners. Table manners play an important role in Chinese food culture. There are 2 kinds of dining table. First is rectangular. The second is round dining table. And the round dining table are more preferable in China because we can sit around the table in a relaxed atmosphere. In a formal dinner, seating order is very strict. And the seat of honor should be given to the oldest person or the person with the highest status. It is usually opposite to the door or facing the east. And for the host, he should sit the least prominent position, such as sit next to the kitchen or next to the door. From here, we can see that the seating order should be arranged according to seniority or status. Proposing a toast is also very important. And there are 2 kinds of toast. First is modest toast. It is usually followed by a sip of wine or beer. Second, sometimes we should drain the glasses. Usually, the glasses should be refilled after we drain to prepare for the next round. When we use chopsticks, there are some kind of taboos. Remember, never ever stab chopsticks vertically into a bowl of rice, because it is similar to the incense sticks used at temples to pay respect to the deceased. Okay, next we'll look at the wedding ceremony. The beginning of marriage policy was dated back to Zhou dynasty. There were three principles. First, the young couple could only get married, by the order from parents or the arrangement of matchmakers. Look at this picture, matchmaker, so that means 媒人. Okay, next, people couldn't get married with the same surname. And the wedding clothes began to take shape during Ming Dynasty, which should include a red veil. Okay, like this one, which was put above the bride's head. And the second was called phoenix coronet. It was used by noble women, during some kind of ceremonies, special ceremonies. And the ordinary women could only wear it during wedding ceremony. And next, there is embroidered tasseled cape. And look at this one. Cape, it was a long, colorful, V-shaped stripe. And this kind of clothing also could only be worn by ordinary women during wedding ceremony. And for bridegroom, they could wear a nice rank official uniform. And the color was very special. It was green. And it was embroidered with a quail in the middle. And there were some kind of special ceremonies during the wedding ceremony, just like this one. It was called kowtow, like Chinese character koutou. It was performed 3 times by the bride and the bridegroom. First time, they bowed to their heaven. Second time, they bowed to their parents. And the third time, they bowed to each other to show respect and the love of each other. Okay, so after the dinner, the bride and the bridegroom would be sent to the bridal chamber and drink wedlock wine. Okay, so next we'll look at modern Chinese wedding ceremony. It should include the wedding parade. On the wedding day, a fleet of luxury cars, 婚车, will be sent by the bridegroom's family to escort the bride from her parents' house to the reception. And so usually, a wedding feast is a must during modern wedding ceremony. The menu should include appetizer, roast pig, fried rice or noodles, dessert, and fresh food. Each of the guests at the feast presents a monetary gift or red package. So, for the bride, she should change wedding dress. Before the wedding dinner, the bride should stand in front of the restaurant, wear the white wedding gown. And during the wedding dinner time, she should change it into a red changshan. Okay, so at last, let's draw a conclusion here. China is a country of etiquette. From the way we greet each other, send gifts, perform table manners, and adhere to wedding customs, we can clearly see that Chinese people pay attention to hierarchy, reciprocity, and relationship with others. Okay, so that's all for today. See you next time. Goodbye, everyone.